Sometimes when you're going through something hard, people try to comfort you by saying, I know how you feel. And to some extent that can be true. Think about if someone you loved has died, someone close to you, and someone comes to the funeral and they say, I know how you feel. What they're saying is that this is a common experience to humanity and one that they happen to have gone through before. That this is something that happens. Death happens. Others have gone through it, and there's a way through it, and I'm here to be with you as you go through that. Maybe even to share some things that have been helpful as they went through it, so that not as much needs to surprise you. But that doesn't always land. I know how you feel. It doesn't always land in a way that takes away as much of the sorrow and difficulty as we would like, and there's a reason for that. The reason for that is because it's never true that anyone really knows fully how you feel. You think about the case of someone who died again. No one had the same relationship with them as you did. No one spent the same time with them that you did. No one understood them in the way that you did, and no one maybe understood you in the way that they did. Maybe they provided joy and strength and comfort to you in a way that no one else has. And that made the relationship very, very unique. And that's true about all of our relationships. They are all unique in their own way, and you are unique. You can apply it to any number of struggles or troubles or situations. While someone can say, well, I know how you feel going through that particular trouble or carrying that particular burden, because others have gone through that before, and there might be commonalities about it, but when the Bible says that you are fearfully and wonderfully made, it means that you are uniquely made. The particular mix of how your emotions work with your mind, work with your body, work with your biology, all of those things, that's a unique mix for you. God didn't make any two people exactly the same, and so you carry a burden in a way that somebody else will carry that same burden in a different way. You are unique, and that's the way that God made you to be, so that there's never been another you. That's a good thing, but that means that when you carry burdens and struggles and go through things, no one ever really can say, I know exactly how you feel. But we long for someone to say that. Because if someone does know how we feel, then they're going to be a lot closer to giving us what we need. Like exactly what we need. I think about in the Christmas story in the Bible, how often there's an announcement given. God sends messengers from heaven to announce to someone. And like with the shepherds, the angel announces to a group of shepherds. And the wise men, God communicates to them as a group. We don't know how many wise men there were. People assume 3 because there were 3 gifts, but the Bible never says that. But it was a group. It was more than one. But then think of the individual interactions too, when an angel came just to Mary. And she had a unique burden in life, a unique blessing at the same time that God was giving her. But there was an angel there just to answer her questions and to tell her that she didn't need to be afraid, her unique particular fears. Or an angel who came to Joseph in a dream, just to Joseph, just to address his unique fears, his individual fears, or even the dad of John the Baptist, as the angel came to him while he was at work, and just to him, and just addressed his unique fears, his unique thoughts, and said, you don't need to be afraid. God was serving them uniquely, saying, I see you. I see you. You have that. In John chapter 1, it's a section that's read on Christmas Day very often. I know we're not at Christmas Day, so I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but it's the section where it talks about the Word became flesh and made his dwelling among us. We've seen his glory, the glory of the one and only who came from the Father, full of grace and truth. This is talking about Jesus, and one of the titles that section gives Jesus is the light. The true light come into the world. The light came into the darkness, but the darkness didn't understand it. But in verse 9 of John chapter 1, it says this. It says, the true light that gives light to everyone. The true light that gives light to every one. The true light who gives light to every one. Whatever their unique burdens are, whatever your unique sorrows, whatever your unique reason for feeling guilt, true light that gives light to every one has come. And remember what happened when he came. The God who knows everything learned something. He learned what it was like to be you, to live in human flesh in general. But the Bible assures us that when he was here, he carried all of our sorrows. He experienced all of our infirmities, even yours. And the true light that gives light to every one has come. Near the end of Psalm 25, a beautiful psalm written by King David, David expresses a prayer about his life. He says, "Guard my life. Guard my life." Well, Christmas is the time when God showed how determined he is to guard yours, your life. Rest well tonight, my